Check one, check two. Are you on? Hopefully I still know how to work this. Alright, I think we're okay. Hey guys, SebAtreyu is back. I do hope you all are doing well. As promised, I am here to bring you a lock update. I told you I would, and I'm a man of my word. Today is my 2-year, 10-month lock update, so let's get to it. SebAtreyu is here. Welcome to my channel. SebAtreyu, 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 SebAtreyu. Alright guys, so I did a couple of different things this time around. First of all, I boiled some water, and then I got one of those huge aluminum pans where people put a whole bunch of like slabs of ribs in, right? One of those thick ones. Put a little bit of the hot water from the sink in it, and I mixed in some Ajax degrease, super degreaser, lemon kind, because lemon is known to cut the grease. I wanted to really give my locks a good thorough cleanse this time around. So I put a little bit of hot water from the sink in, then I put this in there and I mixed it. And then I added the boiling water from the stove, from that pot into that pan. Now the reason I added the hot water from the sink is because I knew I wouldn't be able to mix this into that boiling water, with my hand. It would have been too hot. So, but the majority of the water came from the stove and was pretty much like scalding hot. While the water was boiling, let me mention that I also, I used some apple cider vinegar. I poured this on my scalp in different places and started to kind of rub my fingertips along my scalp to try to break up, whatever dirt was on my scalp. And so, I was kind of multitasking. Prepping the solution, which I was going to soak my locks in, and also prepping my scalp so that I would be able to more easily and thoroughly cleanse it when the time came. So let's go back to the aluminum pan with scalding hot water. I put my locks in it, turned on television, and watched the show. So my locks were soaking in that solution with the dishwashing detergent, lemon kind, for like about 30-35 minutes. Then after that, I came up and washed my hair 4 times with this. Like, I was really going in. I really wanted to give my locks a thorough cleansing this time. So after washing 4 times with this, then I washed 1 time with Dr. Bronner's, okay? And then after that, I got a towel, I towel dried it, and then I also, wrapped them up, my locks up in the towel so that more of the excess moisture could be absorbed into the towel. After that, I decided that I was going to immediately do a deep conditioning treatment. And so what I did was I got this applicator bottle. It already had a little bit of Jamaican black castor oil with lavender in it. And as you guys know, if you've watched one of my former videos, I got just the regular castor oil, not the JBCO. And so I added a lot of that to this. I added olive oil, I added some peppermint oil, the essential oil peppermint oil, and I added some vitamin E oil. The majority of this is the castor oil though. And so I just started going all throughout my scalp, rubbing it and massaging it into my scalp. And then I started to actually apply it directly to my fingertips and rub my fingertips together like this, and then apply my fingertips directly to my scalp. Because, as you guys know, castor oil is thick, and I'm always paranoid about getting buildup. So, I think a little bit of castor oil on your locks is okay, but I think too much will lead to buildup. And so I really want to make sure that I was getting the majority of the oil into my scalp, okay? And then after that, I used some wild growth hair oil. Yeah, guys, I'm telling you, I went in this time. I did the same thing, applied it to my fingers, rubbed it in, and then started massaging that through my scalp as well. And I noticed that when I don't do that, if I just pour it directly, it starts to leave this like foamy and filmy residue. But if I rub it in to a point where it's clear on my fingers and then put it on my scalp, it's fine. So after I got all those oils in and after all that massaging, then I put my locks into a shower cap, a plastic shower cap, and then I put a grocery store plastic bag over that and let it sit for, I would say, about 4 hours. After the 4 hours, I ripped all that off and I decided that I was going to do the retwist. But surprise, surprise, I did not use clips this time. It was my first time doing a retwist without any clips. Shout out to you, Pretty in Purple. So yeah, to be honest, it was slow going at first because, I had to get my bearings. I'm used to using clips and I know exactly what to do with my clips. So, I had to adjust and get used to not being able to feel the clips, because I would use that as a marker. You're like, okay, I'm on this row now, the clips are there, but with the clips not being there this time, it's like, did I do that row yet? Or, so, I had my trusty handheld mirror, so that helped a lot. But yeah, I did the cinnamon bun twist that Locs showed us years ago now. And it's good, I think I can definitely do a better job, but for a first time, it was great. So as with anything, guys, practice makes perfect. I'm sure in the future, with future retwists, when I employ that method, which I will be, my goal is to not use clips anymore. I'm going to only get better and faster. And yeah, I definitely had a moment when I was like, my arms are hurting and I really want to just go get the clips, but I fought through that and I'm like, no, I'm going to practice this, I'm going to conquer this, I'm going to master this, and haven't mastered it yet, but I definitely was moving, at a pretty speedy pace by the end of the retwist. So, and yeah, it's been drying for, I don't know, maybe like 4 hours. So it's pretty much dry now. Sorry I'm sweating so much, it's really hot and humid today. So yeah, this is what my hair is looking like. So here's the top, and as you can see, the shininess that you see there is, that's because of the deep conditioning treatment. I figured I would go straight from that treatment, the deep conditioning treatment, to the retwist because, as you guys know, I don't use gels or anything, but you might as well utilize the fact that you put those oils in your hair and on your scalp mainly, right? So why not allow those oils to kind of help with the hold. Especially with castor oil, it's viscous enough that it can help give you, a decent hold. So for people who who use gels and waxes and all that, you might want to consider castor oil or Jamaican black castor oil. It might work for you. So yeah, I did, retwisted my whole head, and it's dry now. I didn't even have to undo the little cinnamon bun things. I think the weight, as it was drying, the water, went down because of gravity. And that pull not like undid the retwist, but it unhooked the cinnamon bun thing loop. And so I haven't even had to go through and undo them, You've seen probably Keisha Charmaine, she'll do so many, and then at the end she'll unhook them and put them all in the ponytail, and then it dries that way. But I wanted my locks to be down and to be able to have exposure to the air, not in the ponytail, because in my opinion, when you do that, the center ones don't have access to air, and then it kind of stays wet in there, or at least for longer periods. So I didn't put them in a ponytail, I just left them like they were. And as you can see, you probably don't even see any like cinnamon buns. There are probably a couple in here, but it's no big deal. They're not tight. I was sure to, be really loose with it. And yeah, I think it came out well. I think it came out really well, actually. And then the back, I guess. So, yeah, I'm definitely pleased with this, in terms of look, it doesn't look worse than when I use clips. In fact, you know, if I hadn't done it myself, I would have sworn that clips were used on my head again. You know, this time, but it wasn't. But I think, I don't know, I'm really pleased with it. You know, I have no complaints, and the hold is there, as you see. You know, that's all the new growth and stuff that's retwisted. It's been retwisted. So yeah, I'm definitely pleased with the no clips. Pleased with the whole process. I'm pleased with the thorough cleansing I did. I'm pleased with the deep conditioning treatment I did. I'm pleased with the no clip retwist that I did. And to be honest, I hadn't done anything to my hair since my previous retwist. I hadn't added any oils. I hadn't added like nothing. So, you know, my hair deserved to get a little bit of pampering done to it, to be honest. So, but yeah, these are my locks at 2 years and 10 months. And yeah, only 2 more months before I will have been in the game for a solid 3 years. That's exciting. All right, I'm going to go back to not paying attention to my locks now. You know, not obsessing, and I suggest you guys do that as well. Drink tons of water and just let your hair do what it does. With that, please learn to love unconditionally, because loving with conditions conditions the heart to not really love at all. SebAtreyu is out.